Hey, what's poppin'? It's your boy Exjw Comedian. Good morning. How y'all doing? Okay, this story I got for y'all. I gotta preface it by saying that I am currently a brother in arms with the LBGT community. Okay? LBGTQ community. Now, I'm not gay or anything like that, but I fight for their rights just as hard as I fight for African American rights in this country. Now, as all of you know, I used to be a Jehovah Witness, and that wasn't always true. When you're raised a Jehovah Witness, you're taught that homosexuality in all its forms is wrong. That what brings me to this story today. Okay, so back in the day, I used to live with my sister in Joliet. I would go to the hall with them. This is a little bit, I was like, 19, 20, something around there. And I moved out of my house and I moved into my sister's house. I was just newly back from being disfellowshipped. So I was living with my sister in Joliet and going to their Kingdom Hall. I was reinstated before I moved in with them. But anyway, while I was living with my sister in Joliet and going to their Kingdom Hall, there was an elder there. Not a ministerial servant, not a pioneer, an elder. And to describe this elder, 5 seconds within meeting him, you'd say, oh, he's gay. 2 seconds within talking to him, you'd be like, oh, he's definitely gay. And 0.1 second after watching him walk away, you're like, yo, this dude is 3,000% gay. Now, this dude, when he walked, it was like he wasn't, him walking was like he wasn't trying to switch, Like he was switching, but he wasn't trying to. Like it was a reserved switch. If it's hard to explain. It's hard to explain. But this brother was switching. And I just remember, like, everybody who would come into the Kingdom Hall and would meet him, they'd be like, yo, that guy 1,000% is gay. But the funny part, nobody ever questioned him. Not a single person ever would question him. They didn't have, I don't know if they had the courage to or not, because he never came out and said he was gay. He had a wife. He had a kid. But he dressed like, it's so hard to describe this guy. Like, this is one of them human beings you just gotta see. Like, he would wear tight pants that also wasn't tight. It's hard to explain. Like, I would explain it as, you know how you get like a piece of drumstick or chicken and you wrap it up in aluminum foil? You can still see the outline of the drumstick, but the aluminum foil is all like wrinkly and stuff. It was like that, you know what I'm saying? So he wasn't wearing tight pants, but at the same time, they were still kind of form-fitting. It was incredible to behold. And the suits he wore, he dressed kind of like Prince would dress. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was like that. And, okay, another example, right? This guy, whenever we used to go and we used to play softball on Sundays in Joliet. And it was his turn. He was up to bat, right? And everybody like, okay, he's going to strike out. And I'm just sitting there laughing because I'm like, yo, this dude is gay, right? But he didn't strike out. He hit the hell out of this baseball. Wow! I'm like, whoa, okay, this little dude's strong, right? And, okay, this is how I would run the first base. That's how I think most straight men would run to first base. Not him. He ran with his elbows up and out. That's how he ran to first base. And I know that I'm not the only one who was wondering that, because I hit my brother-in-law like, bro, you see this, bro? You seeing this? He didn't even look at me. He said, Jay, he's not gay. He have never confessed to be gay, so we're going to go with he's not gay. He didn't even look at me, and he knew what I was saying. But then the funniest thing in the world happened. This is the funniest thing in the world. We went to the Kingdom Hall, right? And it was Super Bowl Sunday. And for some reason, at the meeting, they were talking about, homosexuality and Sodom and Gomorrah and how it's wrong to be homosexual. And during the question and answer portion of the evening, he asked, they were doing the comments, and one of the things was like, how should we treat, people that are known to be of the homosexual following, what should we do toward them? and he raised his hand. Every single human being inside that congregation sat up. I was halfway asleep. Somebody woke me. Jay, you got to hear this answer. We have got to hear what this brother got to say. He sat down and he said, Jehovah does not agree with that lifestyle, nor should anybody follow it, and it is a disgusting life to live. And it is not what Jehovah wants, and it will be dealt with in Armageddon. We was like, he said it! Either he just lied or he just really under the influence or something. And it wasn't just that. Like I said, the reason I told you it was Super Bowl Sunday, we was at the hall, because later on that night, Jehovah's Witnesses have Super Bowl parties. But, they call gatherings because something about calling it a party is pagan or stupid, or I don't know. But anyway, we're at the Super Bowl party, right? And it's this brother I know. This guy is hilarious. And I always liked him. He's still a Jehovah's Witness, but I always liked this guy, and he was hilarious. He probably drank a little bit more than he was supposed to, and this man said to him to his face, he was like, boy, when you raised your hand today, I thought you was going to say you like boys. Everybody shut up. You know that sound that the DJ make when somebody say something that, it was like that. Everybody shut up. What did he just say? And when we laugh, we laugh right here. When the laugh was inside of us was like up here. 4 or 5 hours later, after the Super Bowl is over and everything, when we got in the car, we didn't even say nothing to each other. We just started busting up laughing like you had to be there, because this is the first time anybody openly and just in front of everybody accused him of being gay, even though he was just playing. Yo, we was in there, literal tears coming down our faces, man. Literal tears. This is the funniest thing ever. And yeah, I don't, the guy he still go to the hall. He's still, married. The kid is a witness, grown up, and I don't know, bro. I don't know. Y'all tell me something, because I can't express to you enough. This guy was gay. The guy was gay. I guess there are people that are straight and that just act effeminate. Y'all, you would have to see this guy to just understand. And instantly after you see him, you'd be like, okay, he's gay. But once again, I like homosexuals and anybody that's in the LGBTQ community. They have an ally in me, okay? I mean that from the bottom of my heart. I wasn't always like that, but I am now, because, I'm an Exjw. I know better now. I've actually learned things and gotten common sense. But anyway, I just thought that was funny. Holla at your guala. Deuces.